Manga-Waido.
My name is Teishi. I'm an ordinary salaryman working for a trading company. It's a subsidiary of a trading company, but not that big. I live alone in a shabby apartment near the company. My parents are poor and I have brothers who are a lot younger than me, so I send most of my salary to my parents. Thanks to that, I've been living poorly, even though I'm now a working adult. During my lunch break at work while everyone else is out, I eat onigiri that I made myself. This is Megumi-san, one of my seniors at work.
Are you eating that poor food again?
Her family is rich, so she spends her free time looking down on me as a poor person. I have to save money in places like this.
Poor people can't even eat out for lunch. I'm glad I'm not poor.
It's always like this. I was fed up with my senior.
What's wrong? You look so gloomy.
Oh, Saki, it's nothing. This girl is Saki, who joined our company this year. I'm her trainer, and even though she's new, she's very solid and she's good at her job. Above all, she's got a great personality, and everyone adores her.
Didn't Megumi-san say something to you earlier?
Yeah, she made fun of me for eating rice balls.
Wow, it's amazing how you make your own lunch.
You think so? Saki always encourages me when I get made fun of by my senior. She's a good girl, even though she's still young. Then one day when I was on a business trip, although I was having a hard time reaching an agreement with the client, I managed to get a contract with them and I was relieved. My boss gave me a compliment for the first time in a while too. When I got back from my business trip, I was already exhausted. I wanted to take a bath and go to bed right away, so I started preparing for the bath. But wait, I don't know if it's broken, but no matter how many times I try to run the hot water, nothing but cold water comes out. Well, bad luck. Well, getting frustrated with the facilities in a rundown apartment isn't going to give me hot water. I headed to the public bathhouse for the first time in a while with my bath set, but it seems I used up all my luck that day when I won the contract. What a surprise! I ran into Megumi on the way.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I thought I'd go take a bath.
No way! You don't even have a bath in your house?
No, it's not like that, but
It's so sad how you don't have a bath. I could never live like that. Well, why don't you take a shower in the park fountain then? Bye!
She made fun of me, as usual. It's not like I want to be poor. I went to the bathhouse and took a bath while thinking that. After getting out of the bath when I was relaxing a little bit in the common space.
Hello.
Oh, Saki! Living near the office, I run into people from work quite often.
You were here too, huh, senpai?
Yeah, actually, the bathtub at home broke down.
That's terrible. Would you like to use my bath next time?
What, is that okay? Wait, no way!
I'm just joking.
Maybe she's a seductress after all?
You seem a little down again. Is something wrong?
Well, I bumped into Megumi-san just now.
You mean often, don't you? Oh, and she looked down on you again?
Well, something like that.
Megumi-senpai is trouble. By the way, why do you always save so much money?
I've never been ashamed of being poor. And I don't think it's something to hide, so I confided in Saki about the current state of me family.
Is that so? It's amazing how you go that far for your family.
Not really.
No, you're amazing, senpai. Good luck.
Thanks! In the end, I was encouraged by Saki that day too. A few days later, I was suddenly called by me boss. He seemed to think highly of me for winning the contract on my last business trip and asked me to be the leader of the next project. Thank you! Of course, I accepted the offer. It was a big job, so I had to tighten up and do me best. However, later on, I was told that the leader would actually be Megumi-san. I heard from another senior colleague that Megumi-san convinced the boss that I don't have the ability to put together big contracts yet. I usually make a lot of mistakes. And I heard that she told the boss I don't have common sense as a member of society and so on. Megumi is usually very good at running her mouth and many people trust her completely. So my boss was the same. That woman. I'll show you someday! This one thing made me make up me mind. Then, without knowing what was in me gut, she showed up. That woman.
I'm the leader of this project now, so don't drag me down.
Why did you take the job away from me?
Take? Don't put it like that.
You did though, didn't ya? You make things up like I make a lot of mistakes and don't have any common sense.
It's true, though. If we put a poor guy like you as a project leader, you're going to tarnish the company's reputation.
Being poor doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. A job this big needs a rich, sensible person like me to lead it.
I was frustrated, but they had more experience and were in a higher position than me. Ugh, I just had to bear it. And so, the project was decided to go ahead with Megumi as the leader, and I was to join as a member. But, you see, the project failed. In the end, she was just someone who just flatters her superiors, and she had no ability to organize a department or to negotiate. It was a high-profile project, so it became a big problem. I was a subordinate doing what Megumi told me to do, but
Thanks to you, everything's ruined.
she started talking nonsense again. No, I did what you told me to do, Megumi-san.
Are you saying it's my fault? That's why poor people are useless. That's enough. I told the company it was your fault we screwed up.
That's absurd.
It's your fault. Just go away. I'm going to become poor if I keep talking to you.
This person. After that, all I could think about was how I could get revenge on Megumi. And some time later, and luckily I had to go on a business trip with Megumi. But Saki accompanied us as her training. That was a blessing.
Don't drag me down this time.
No, last time was
Are you going to talk back to me again? That's why you'll always be poor. It must be hard for you too, being trained by such a senior. No, I rely on my senior to kindly teach me things. Huh. Well, why don't you poor people get along? Just don't get in my way. Yes.
This time the work went smoothly. Megumi seemed satisfied, but it was mostly thanks to Saki's support. She's a junior in training, but she's really good at her job. We were talking about what we were going to do now that our schedule was over early.
My parents live around here. If you don't mind, why don't you both come?
Oh, I see. But won't it be a nuisance to just barge in?
No, not at all. You too, Megumi-san. I hate going to poor people's houses. But there's nothing around here, so it can't be helped.
And so we were to pay a visit to Saki's parents' house. After a short cab ride, we arrived.
This is my parents' house.
What, here?
No way!
Saki's parents' house was a mansion that could be described as super wealthy. Saki, you were actually really wealthy.
No, it's no big deal. Please, come in.
When we went inside, Megumi was speechless at the unexpected mansion. They even had housekeepers and they prepared food for us even though we suddenly barged in. I'm sorry for barging in on you so suddenly and even making us food.
No, please, don't worry about it.
That's a gorgeous dish. I've never had anything like it. Right, Megumi-san.
Yeah? Well, I'm used to this kind of food.
Really? You look kind of nervous.
No, I'm not.
But the picture on the front door.
Oh, that's my grandfather and father. Although I'm embarrassed to have those pictures on the front door.
I think I've seen that face before.
Come to think of it, I think I've seen it too. I think you're probably right. My father is the president of our company's parent company.
What, really?
The president of such a big company? Yes, and my grandfather is the chairman.
Then Saki in the future?
Yes, at first I will gain experience in the field. Eventually, I think I'll go to my father's company, which is why I'm at the current company.
Wow, then one of these days, Saki will be our boss.
Please don't say it like that. I talk about my workplace quite a bit at home, so my father cares about you too, senpai.
What, really?
Yes, I took the liberty of telling him about your parents' house, but he said you're someone with courage.
Not so much. I was elated to hear that the president of the parent company had praised me.
What did he say about me? Yes, I talk about Megumi-san as well. How you always make fun of poor people and you don't have common sense since you take credit away from your juniors and then force your mistakes on them. What? I'm sorry. I can't tolerate people like Megumi-san. My father also lamented how such a person is in our group.
Megumi turned pale when she heard that. Saki then started talking about something else as if nothing had happened, but Megumi seemed to be out of her mind the whole time. It was so satisfying. After that, I wonder if Saki's father was behind it, but the situation changed drastically. It came to light that Megumi had put the blame for the project's failure on me, and that she'd been harassing me about being poor. And she was given a stern warning by the president himself. She got fed up with this and left voluntarily after a month or so. I, on the other hand, regained the company's trust and was given a new project leader position this time. I also got a place in the company's new company housing, which was cheaper and nicer than my old place. This is a side note, but according to rumors, Megumi started going to host clubs, and even after quitting her job, she kept going, which put her in debt. I heard that her parents gave up on their daughter who does whatever she wants, and she's now living a life of being chased by debt collectors. Please open up! I know you're in here! Oh yeah? I ran into Megumi on my way home just the other day. The public bathhouse is in the alley nearby. It's been a while. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Oh, that bathhouse there?
Yeah.
Of course, I told her. It's tough to be without a bath nowadays. Why don't you use the fountain in the park? People who look down on others will eventually be looked down on themselves for the same thing. I'll be careful too.